The Atlas Vampire Murder 1932, a chilling true crime mystery. In the spring of 1932, the city of Stockholm was shaken by a crime so gruesome and so strange that, even after more than 90 years, it remains one of Scandinavia's darkest unsolved mysteries. It came to be known as the Atlas Vampire Murder. The victim was Lilly Lindeström, a 32-year-old woman who lived alone in a modest apartment in the Atlas district. She worked as a prostitute, often entertaining clients in her small flat. Her closest acquaintance was her downstairs neighbor, Minnie Jansen, also a prostitute, who occasionally lent her condoms. Minnie later told police that Lilly often knocked on her door in the nude, casually asking for supplies before heading back upstairs. When Minnie did not see Lilly for several days, she grew uneasy. Finally, she alerted the police. What they discovered inside Lilly's room would haunt Stockholm forever. Lilly was found lying face down on her bed, completely naked. Her clothes had been neatly folded on a chair beside her. At first glance, the scene seemed disturbingly tidy, almost staged. But then came the horror. Lilly's body appeared drained of blood. Investigators noticed unusual bite marks on her neck and body. Most chilling of all, beside the bed lay a soup ladle, allegedly stained with human blood. It looked as though someone had drunk from it. Even in an era accustomed to violence, this crime stood apart. It was brutal, sexual, and eerily ritualistic. News spread quickly, and newspapers dubbed the killer the Atlas Vampire. For the public, the case fed on primal fears, not just of murder, but of something inhuman stalking the streets of Stockholm. The police, however, pursued a more grounded path. They interviewed 9 of Lilly's clients, men who had visited her apartment in the weeks before her death. Their names were never made public, and none were charged. With each suspect released, the case grew colder. Too many suspects, too few clues. One of the greatest challenges for detectives was the setting itself. Lilly's apartment stood near Sankt Eriksplan, a neighborhood notorious for its brothels and wandering men. Prostitution, assaults, and even murders were tragically common there in the early 1930s. The Great Depression had driven rural Swedes into the city, creating a shadowy underclass of jobless drifters. Lilly's killer could have been anyone, a regular client, a stranger passing through, or someone she trusted just enough to let inside her door. Weeks turned into months, and the investigation into Lilly's death lost momentum. Detectives scoured pawn shops, hoping the killer might have tried to sell her belongings. They examined the mysterious bite marks, consulting both doctors and criminologists, but no definitive answers emerged. Some experts suggested the wounds were deliberate mutilations, others whispered that they were too precise, too strange to be dismissed as ordinary violence. By the mid-1930s, the Atlas Vampire case had slipped from the headlines, replaced by other crimes and political tensions. Yet, in Stockholm's darker corners, the legend only grew. People spoke of a shadowy figure seen near Sankt Eriksplan, a man in a dark coat who vanished into alleyways. Parents frightened their children into obedience by warning them, "Stay inside or the vampire will find you." The unanswered questions. Who killed Lilly Lindeström? Was it a desperate man driven mad by poverty? A sadistic killer hiding among her clients? Or, as the myth suggested, something far darker, something that fed not only on flesh but on fear itself? The case file remained open for years, but with no suspects charged, it eventually joined the ranks of Sweden's coldest mysteries. The legacy. Today, nearly a century later, Lilly's story endures not because of what was proven, but because of what was never explained. The image of her tidy apartment, the folded clothes, the strange ladle on the floor, all continue to unsettle historians, criminologists, and storytellers alike. And so, the tale of the Atlas Vampire lingers. A chilling reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are not those found in folklore, but those who walk silently among us, their faces hidden, their hunger unknown,